Now, Labor is pushing harder with its reconciliation agenda, its racist plan to create an Aboriginal-only parliament in our constitution. It's now appointed 21 people to a committee to design the next steps before it's put to a vote in a referendum. Now, bizarrely, every single person on this committee of 21 is Aboriginal when we're talking about a change that also happens to affect the 97% of the population who are not Aboriginal. And the people on this committee are basically the Aboriginal elite, almost all from the left. They're very chummy with each other. It's so clubby. There is all first name terms, all insider stuff, for instance, which you saw today, very obvious with Patricia Karvelis, the far-left ABC host, when she today interviewed one of the 21 people on Labor's new committee, Professor Megan Davis, a co-architect of the Uluru Statement that's demanded this Aboriginal Parliament and a treaty too.
You know, PK, we have long and deep relationships.
Lydia Thorpe, the spokesperson for the Greens. Have you reached out to Lydia or the Greens?
We've spoken to Lydia and Adam. Lydia is a senator. She's an important member of our community. We really respect her.
It's an interesting point you make, Megan.
Thanks for having me, PK.
Lydia, first name terms, PK, all that kind of stuff. Well, one person very much not invited to this little club and not on the 21-member committee is actually one of the sanest voices in Aboriginal politics. This would be one of my first picks. And not just on Aboriginal politics too, is broader than that. Is Warren Mundine, former National Labor president and later an advisor to two Liberal prime ministers. Warren Mundine, always great to catch up with you. Listen, looking at that membership of the 21, the fix is in.
Look, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, I could have picked that committee because, the fix is in. It is a cheer squad for the voice. Rather than going out there and having community engagement and listening to the voices of the people in those communities, they'll be going out there as a promotional tour to ensure that people will only get one message, and that message is the voice to Parliament, and this will be good for you. And if you don't support it, then you're a racist. And that's the message they'll be taking out there.
Yeah, I just wonder, in fact, I'm hearing already that the federal government will obviously fund a yes case with a referendum. They fund a yes case. And there's argument about how small the funds for the no case will be. So we shall see what happens there. I think they'll tilt the scales even more there. How much support, though, is there in Aboriginal communities for this Aboriginal-only parliament? Well,
everywhere I go and talk to people and that, I'd say there'd be about 50-50, probably 55-45 in Aboriginal communities against the voice. So because they don't know what it is, like the rest of Australia, they don't know what it is. They're also, it's not part of our culture. Only traditional owners can talk for country. And so, and then we look at, I did an article for the West Australian about it. Traditional owners, if you wanted to build a bridge, you wanted to have a mine or a uranium mine or whatever, gas, you had to talk to the traditional owners. And so you went to the people whose country it was. And now you're looking at this Makarrata commission that's been floated around. They're the people who have been, they're the ones who are going to be reviewing and overseeing these discussions between governments with an S, so that's state, territory and federal, about all the agreements with Aboriginal people, So, we're making traditional owners' voice now being pushed further away from those discussions about their own country. This is a serious problem.
Now, we heard just then Lydia Thorpe, Senator Lydia Thorpe, the Greens senator, praised by a key member of this 21-person committee looking at the Labor's plan for an Aboriginal-only parliament, praising her quite highly. Should Lydia Thorpe be praised when yesterday she was calling people criminals, she was calling a Liberal senator a racist, she's so abusive of so many people, she alienates rather than unites. really, should a committee be thinking this is a person we need to talk to?
Well, look, you know, the word racist once meant something. It meant that you were an evil person and you should be shunned from society. Now it means nothing. All it is I disagree with you. Therefore, you must be a racist. You must be an evil person. So it's lost all meaning. And I stand with you on this. That was a disgraceful behaviour in the Parliament. The Parliament is a place where we elect people to sit there and follow the rules and get their point of views across, not to go there and insult and call people names, and dreadful names at that.
I think that's absolutely correct. We want reasoned debate. We don't want a screamathon. And I think she should just act like an adult for a change. Warren Mundine, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.